Myself, Javin Dr. Surendra Kumar Srivastav from the Department of Science under the Faculty of Education and Meteorology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I will discuss the convergent sequence, oscillatory sequence, and other divergent sequence. Let sequence xn is said to be convergent if there exists a real number L such that for each positive number epsilon, however small, there exists a positive integer small m in such a way that mod of a xn minus L is less than epsilon for all n is greater or equal to small m. In this case, we can write sequence a xn is converges to L, that is limit n tends to infinity an or xl, both are same, is equal to L. The positive integer m depend on epsilon. As m increases, then epsilon decreases. Now the remark, mod of an minus L is less than epsilon, minus epsilon is less than an minus L is less than epsilon, that is L minus epsilon is less than an is less than L plus epsilon. Hence we can say an belongs to L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. Therefore, we can say that after a finite number of terms in the beginning, all the terms of the sequence must lie in the open interval L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon. For example, let sequence an is equal to 1 upon n. It means this can be written as 1 comma 1 by 2 comma 1 by 3 and so on. It is convergent sequence because as n tends to infinity, that implies an tends to 0, which is the limit point of the sequence an. If epsilon is equal to 1 by 2, then minus 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, then infinite number of elements of an belongs to minus 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 for all n is greater than 2. Next example is sequence n square is equal to 1 square comma 2 square comma 3 square. Now taking epsilon is equal to half, then an belongs to L minus epsilon comma L plus epsilon, that is an belongs to infinity minus half comma infinity plus half, that is an belongs to infinity to infinity. This is not exist. There is no value of epsilon exist for which infinite number of an belongs to the neighborhood of L. As n tends to infinity, that implies an tends to infinity. So the sequence n square cannot converge to the unique limit L. Next example, 2 to the power minus n, that is 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 square comma 1 by 2 cube and so on. It is convergent sequence whose limit point is 0 because n tends to infinity, that implies an is equal to 0. Thus there exists a limit point 0 for which every epsilon is greater than 0, however small, there exists a positive integer m such that mod of an minus 0 is less than epsilon for all n is greater or equal to 0. Now the next example, sin n pi by 2. This is 1 comma 0 comma minus 1 comma 0 and so on. We observe that as n tends to infinity, then it gives alternate terms repeating the value 1 0 minus 1. So this will be the divergent. Now the divergent sequence. A sequence an is said to be divergent to plus infinity or minus infinity if for each positive real number k, however large, there exists a positive integer small m such that an is greater than k for all n is greater or equal to m. In this case, we can write limit n tends to infinity, an is equal to plus infinity or minus infinity. Now the remark, every monotonic increasing sequence which is not bounded above diverges to plus infinity, and second, every monotonic decreasing sequence which is not bounded below divergent to minus infinity. Now the oscillatory sequence. A sequence is said to be oscillatory if it is neither convergent nor divergent. Now here is the theorem. Prove that every convergent sequence converges to a unique limit, or a sequence cannot converges to more than one limit. Suppose that convergent sequence an converges to two distinct real numbers L and L dash. Let epsilon is greater than 0 be given real number. Since an tends to L, therefore there exists a positive integer m1 such that mod of an minus L is less than epsilon by 2 for all n is greater or equal to m1. This is first. Since an tends to L dash, there exists a positive integer m2 such that mod of an minus L dash is less than epsilon by 2 for all n is greater or equal to m2. This is equation second. Let m is equal to maximum m1 comma m2. Using 1 and 2 we get mod of an minus L is less than epsilon by 2 and mod of an minus L dash is less than epsilon by 2 for all n is greater or equal to m. This is equation 3. Now L minus L dash is equal to L minus an and plus an minus L dash, which is less or equal to mod of L minus an plus an minus L dash is equal to mod of an minus L plus mod of an minus L dash is less or equal to L epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2. So we can write mod of L minus L dash is less than epsilon. This is equation 4. If we take epsilon is equal to mod of L minus L dash upon 3, then equation 4 becomes L minus L dash is less than mod of L minus L dash upon 3, which is the contradiction. Hence, our assumption is wrong. This shows that the convergence sequence an converges to the unique limit. Now the next theorem, prove that every convergent sequence is bounded but not conversely. Let sequence an be a sequence which is convergent to L. We show that sequence an is a bounded sequence. Let epsilon is greater than 0 be any given number. Since sequence an is convergent to L, therefore there exists a positive integer m such that mod of an minus L is less than epsilon for all n is greater or equal to m. L minus epsilon less than an is less than L plus epsilon. Let small t is equal to minimum a1 comma a2 comma and so on am minus 1 and L minus epsilon, and capital T is equal to maximum a1 comma a2 comma and so on am minus 1 comma L plus epsilon. That implies t is less or equal to an is less or equal to t for all small n belongs to capital N. Since sequence an is bounded, but the converse is not true, consider the sequence an where an is equal to minus 1 to the power n minus 1. Then we can write this sequence in the form of sequence of 1 comma minus 1 comma 1 comma minus 1 and so on, and minus 1 is less or equal to an is less or equal to 1 for all n. Thus the sequence is bounded but not the convergence. Note, we conclude that boundedness is a necessary condition for the convergence of a sequence. If a sequence is not bounded, then it cannot be convergent. For example, divergent sequence, this is 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. Sequence n square and sequence of minus 3 comma minus 6 comma and so on minus 3. Remark, a sequence an is said to be oscillatory finitely if it is bounded and oscillatory. A sequence an is said to be oscillating infinitely if it is unbounded and oscillatory. That is, minus 1 to the power n is a sequence oscillate finitely, and minus 1 to the power n into n is the sequence oscillate infinitely. Here the next theorem is, if a sequence is convergent, then its limit is unique, or a sequence cannot converge to more than one limit. It can be solved already, right? Now Now we will see a theorem that can be written in the form of uh, prove that every convergent sequence is bounded but not conversely. It means we are saying एवरी कन्वर्जेंट सीक्वेंस, जो कन्वर्जेंट सीक्वेंस होगा वो बाउंडेड होगा, लेकिन कोई बाउंडेड सीक्वेंस है तो डेफिनेटली वो कोई ज़रूरी नहीं कि वो कन्वर्जेंट हो. लेट सीक्वेंस ए एन बी ए कन्वर्जेंट सीक्वेंस टू एल, डेट इज लिमिट ए एन इज इक्वल टू एल. We have to show sequence an is bounded sequence since it is given that sequence an is convergent to L. Therefore there exists a positive integer m such that mod of an minus L is less than epsilon for all small n is greater or equal to m. That implies L minus epsilon is less than an is less than L plus epsilon. Let small k is equal to minimum L minus epsilon comma a1 comma a2 and so on am minus 1, and capital K is equal to maximize of L plus epsilon comma a1 comma a2 and so on am minus 1. That implies small k is less or equal to an is less or equal to capital K, hence sequence an is bounded. Now the conversely part, we shall show that conversely part by the counter example, that is sequence an is equal to minus 1 to the power n minus 1. This can be written as 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 and so on. In this sequence we are seeing that here capital M is equal to 1 and small m is equal to minus 1, but this is not the convergent. Thank you.